four strangers walking through the forest carrying scary self-made weapons. The family of three barricaded inside the house. There's a knock at the door. The men demand to come in. When they do eventually, they give the family an impossible choice. They have to choose and kill one of their own in order to save the world. Welcome to Pasha's Films, and today we review the long-anticipated film by M. Night Shyamalan, who is one of my favorite directors. I really was looking forward to this film, but over the years Shyamalan had big successes, some average films. It was hit and miss. So is Knock at the Cabin a good film, a great one, or an average one? Let's find out. Knock at the Cabin is based on Paul Tremblay's horror novel The Cabin at the End of the World. Now, I have difficult relationship with Paul Tremblay. I loved his first book, The Head Full of Ghosts. It's probably one of the best and most original exorcism novel I've ever read. And I was very excited about his work, but then I read The Disappearance at Devil's Rock, and it was a great disappointment. I was very much let down by this book. And I stopped reading anything else, although The Cabin at the End of the World had a very interesting premise. I love when characters are being put in front of a difficult dilemma. They have to face great challenges, and the whole world, the fate of the world, lies on their shoulders. It's the best possible premise for me for a novel or for a film. And this is what Knock at the Cabin delivers in the end of the day. We've got really likable characters, a family of three, a gay couple, and a little Chinese girl they adopted. They all have great relationship. It truly is, this family works, and you feel it straight away when the girl runs into the house and says the strangers are coming. The two dads, how they react to what she's saying. Is she playing a game? Is she? You can see immediate connection between them. We don't spend much time with these people before bad things start to happen, but very quickly we see their dynamic works really well. Now, the four men who enter the house, well, two men and two women, they tell an amazing story. They say that, look, we had visions. You have to choose. As a family, have to choose to kill one of your own, and if you don't, the end of the world will come. It's very hard to believe in something like this. There is some evidence to their story. There are reports of some horrible things happening all across the world, but also, since the cabin doesn't have internet and there's only a TV reception now, it's easy to imagine the intruders timed their story to coincide with the intrusion, and they're all crazy. Now, bit by bit, we get to the truth. Paranoia ensures, and we basically, viewer have to decide what to believe in supernatural, or that the four people who invade the house are absolutely insane. The film is rather violent, although Shyamalan is showing violence in his typically unusual way. The way the camera work here is amazing. You see just enough to get spooked. You hear just enough, but most of the horrors stay off screen. It's very effective way to show violence without really showing it in all its gratuity. But in the end of the day, it's all about how the movies show the camera work, the little details. If you know Shyamalan's films, you know how he likes to focus on little things, how he likes to show you a hand or half a body, and you have to sort of work out yourself what's happening out there. Maybe remember the scene from The Signs, earlier Shyamalan film where aliens are only shown in reflection of different kind of surfaces and just glimpses, and it's really effective. Now, for me, Shyamalan was always about twisted endings, and don't expect one in this story. Although there are plenty of surprises, it's not one of those oh my god, let's see this film again because now I have to see it through a different lens. This is not this kind of story. It is also interestingly a love story, maybe even a religious fable masqueraded as a horror film. There are no real villains in this film if you really think about it, because everyone in this story is manipulated by some sort of visions or higher forces. Again, we don't know if these higher forces are supernatural or the people are simply crazy, but think they believe that what they're doing is right. Even though, like every human, they experience doubt. They have to follow certain rules. We basically have to decide ourselves who are the villains of this story, if there are any. The film got great claustrophobic atmosphere. It's all shot inside a tiny cabin. We see people in a very small space from different angles. So cinematography here again is very important, and Shyamalan does fantastic job to show the cabin from different angles, different places, and create action and set pieces where it's almost impossible to do or to achieve. Specifically, I have to mention this beautiful young actress Kristen Cui, who is carrying a lot on her shoulders in this film. She's just a young girl, about 6. Her acting is amazing. I first had doubts about her because when she appears early on in the film, and she carries her role with such dignity and such focus. It's absolutely incredible. In particular, closer to the end of the film, the silent moment in the car with her father is just something. I mean, she really deserves to be awarded, and I'm really looking forward to see what the future holds for this girl. This is an unusual film from Shyamalan. It really is focusing on a grand canvas of a potential global disaster, but at the same time, it's all confined in one place. It does feel like an episode of some. It does feel like some Twilight Zone episode, but in the end of the day, the acting and the conflict and the drama and the horror, everything comes together really well. And while there is no big twist in the end, you feel a sense of completion, how every element of the story comes together, bring these characters together, and reveal the true purpose of what was happening. I hope you enjoy this film. I've seen this film at the movie in a small theater that added also this sort of claustrophobic feel to the story, and it was interesting how mixed the audience was in the room. They were young people and middle-aged people and older people. Obviously they all watched Shyamalan's film over the years, and I wonder what they all thought about this film. I heard some gasps, I heard some wows during the showing, so I hope you will enjoy. It's a great comeback from a great director. Thoroughly recommended. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Pasha's Film Reviews. Please comment, please subscribe. I will have some interesting update next week. We're going ahead with a new show and a little bit more about it later in the week. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you later.